Hi there, I'm Lizzie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I've posted anything, but I made this a little while ago and I just thought it'd be really nice to share with you how I made it out of just a piece of 6 by 12 inch designer paper or card. Depends how sturdy you would like it to be, really. Okay, I'll show you the bottom there so you can see. So what you're going to need today, you can see one of the items here. This is the pansy punch. You're going to need, obviously, the flower shop stamps to go with that. I've got teeny tiny sentiments. We have the word window punch. The decorative label punch. Sorry, went blank there for 1 second. And there's a couple of little bits here that you need too. So we've got some of the natural composition designer paper, which is more like a really thick card. It's a bit like craft card. We've got some very vanilla card. Some, can you see that? That's the naturals white paper. I've made a little bow out of some daffodil yellow stitch grosgrain, and the reason I've already made it is because I'm useless at tying them and I would much rather you didn't see me try. And one of the little pegs that you can get from the spring summer catalogue with the watercolour wonder things, and there's also some So Saffron ink and Coastal Cabana. Sorry about the focusing on the camera there, it's taken a while. Right, a couple of other tools you'll need is the scoreboard, and I'll just get it for you, the Simply Scored, which is this, and you'll need the envelope punch board or the corner rounder if you have it. I don't, I just have this. So let's get started. So what you need to do with your card is put it on the long side there, and you need to score, oh, I should say, we need the inches, not the centimetres. That was from something else. Okay, so you need to score at 3.5, which is there, 4.5, 5.5. These are all inches, remember. And then it's 9, 10, and 11. Okay, and then you need to turn it round, and on the short side you need to score at 1.25 inches all the way down. Sorry, just do it this side. There we go. Okay, put that to the side for the moment. Right, so what you need to do with this now is take your paper snips, the sharpest scissors in the world, and you need to snip along on the 3.5 inch snip. Yep. Wrong side, sorry. No, I am right. So 3.5, which is here. I'll turn it over, you can see it better. So we're snipping at 3.5, 4.5, no, 5.5. Sorry, I'm looking at my instructions there and getting myself muddled. 9, and 11. And then this last one, at the end, this little one, you just want to chop that little corner off. Okay? Right, now if you fold along all of them except these ones, you see here where we've got the double one, don't fold along that line just yet, okay? So fold along the others. You can use your bone folder if you like to give them a nice neat score. And that last one there. And then you also need to score each of your flaps while we're at it. Okay, right, this is where you need your corner rounder, or in my case the envelope punch board, and you just need to just chop your corners there. It just gives a neater finish at the bottom when we're done, that's all. It's a little bit more fiddly with this because of the way they fit in, but it is quite easy, as you can see. There we go. Okay. A few little bits there. Push them to the side. Okay, so if you were to fold in each of these, fold in your short ones, and fold it all in together like that, you can see where we're going with this little box, can't you? Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to stick this side down to here. Okay. So we need some wonderful red tape. I've just been down to school to take Kieran to Beavers, so I have to get this done before he has to get picked up. I'm sure I will. Doesn't take that long, I'm sure. Okay. So I've put a bit of tape on both bits there. You can use snail or glue if you prefer, but I like tape because it's quite. It's an instantaneous stick, but it's quite a strong one. So you know. It lasts. Okay, so if we join that up, there we go. Right, so now we want to tape down the bottom. So what we need to do, if you have it folded like that, we need to pop tape on that edge there on each of these flaps, and then on that side of one of the flaps, of the long flaps there. Okay, so again, magic red tape, put a little along this one, snip it. Did you know, by the way, if you have super sticky tape and it sticks to your paper snips, that because I was a little bit worried about this, you can use, because the last thing you want to do is wreck your scissors, right? You can use the magic glue eraser, which is this, to remove the stickiness from your snips. So you just run it along like that and it picks up all your sticky, like it has done there. See, I had some there. Picks up the sticky and you're left with clean scissors again. Isn't that good? Right. We shall put tape on the long flap. Again, if you just watch, it's on the inside of the long flap because we want that to be hidden when we stick it down. And we don't want anything inside your box sticking to the inside of your box because you left tape showing, which I did the first time. Right, so first things first, we stick the little flaps. You do need nails or a pokey tool or a pair of tweezers or something for this. I'm usually quite good with the nails. I don't know why they're not working now. Probably because I'm videoing. Okay, so put the one without the sticky tape on down, like that. Don't worry about it sticking 100% just yet, because as long as it's square, it's fine. We'll sort that out when we've put this one down. So then peel off your tape off your big flap, fold that down. What did I say about it being square? There we go. And then you can just pop your hand inside, tape it down properly inside so it looks like that. Okay. Right, the reason you didn't want to fold all the way down here is you don't want that to go completely flat. What we're going to do, if you just pinch it and close, that's as much as you really want it to fold closed. And if you can see, you just let them sort of fall in like that. They just leave a nice shape there. Okay, so if you like, you can just run over those with your bone folder just to give yourself a nice firm. Okay, right, so we'll pop that to the side for a minute. And what we're going to do now is get all the bits for decorating it. So first of all, we'll use the flower. And I'm going to use this one for a change. Okay, so stick that to your clear block. Now there's a little trick with these. If you look at them, can you see one of the petals, this one here, has a little notch there. Okay, now that's going to need to match up with your, when you punch it, can you see that one there is the one with the notch? I don't know if you can see that, but it's the one that's next to your Stampin' Up logo. So what you want to do when you stamp this, if you can, is stamp it with your little notched one near the edge of your card, so that when you slide it up it'll punch perfectly. So if I align mine like that, and then when I stamp it like that, it will be at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to use some So Saffron ink up my flower and stamp it onto a piece of Very Vanilla. Okay, like that, and just leave that to dry for a second. While that's drying, what you could do is, after you've cleaned off your stamp with your stamping scrub, wet side, dry side, clean. I love that. You can then get your teeny tiny sentiment, which one are we having? Sweet Treats, that one. Pop that on. Ink up your, oops, can't see there, can you? Sorry. Ink it up and just pop it somewhere where you're going to be able to punch it out with the word window. You want it kind of there, like that. Okay. So that's done with the ink. Right. If your flower's dry and you've stamped it in the right place, then you will find that you won't have any trouble lining it up now. See? Sorry, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I'll get around the lines. There we go. And then with your Sweet Treat sentiment, if you just punch that wherever you like, really, but there we go. Punch that in the middle. I do love it how they go flying out. The kids love playing with these because they all the punched things go flying everywhere. We used them at Brownies a few weeks ago and yeah, they were a big hit. Okay, so we've got those two there ready to go. And our little peg and our ribbon. I'm doing it slightly different to the one I'd originally made, as you can tell. Right, what you need to do with your piece of Naturals card is get your scoreboard, and I'm just going to use the centimetre guide. You don't have to be precise, so in fact, no, I can do it with the inch, don't worry. Right, 2 inches, and just score it and fold it in half, okay? So you'll have it looking like that. And then what we're going to do is get your decorative label punch and push it in until it's almost at the top. You see, you need not to cut out along that fold there, okay? So you can cut it as far as you possibly like, as long as you don't cut across that fold. And then punch, and what we're left with is your folded tag that's going to go over your bag like that. Okay, so what we'll do, we're going to glue that on, because one thing I did discover, particularly with this card, it's quite springy, it bounces back a bit. So if we glue one side on, it all stays together much better. So I'm using a little bit of the fabulous Tombow glue to do that. So I'll just place that in place there and then fold over my bit that I'm gluing down, so that, and just hold it. And if you like, you can use your peg at this point to help hold it closed. Okay, there we go. Right, and now to decorate. So basically I'm just going to pop my little bow. Now I normally use glue dots, but I'm out of them, so I'm just going to use Tombow. I have used Tombow before quite successfully to stick bows on, so I do know it works. See, it's stuck to my finger. And then, see, there's a bit of OCD in me there. Sort the bow out. A bit of glue on the back of your flower. Pop it in position wherever you like. These are lovely, absolutely brilliant for parties, either for kids or for grown-ups alike. Just going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of this too. You can fill them with all sorts of things, sweets. You could do it with kids' kind of designer papers, like the happy birthday type one we've got. And just put that on, and the glue there will hold it on, so that when you do take your peg off and you lift your label up to open up what's inside, it's not going to just go pinging off everywhere. And then you can just open it up. Oops. See, that's what happens when you don't use a glue dot, or you don't let the glue dry. Okay, and then there you go. You can open it up, pop your things in, pop your little back down, and there you have it. Of course, you could put your flower a bit lower down so that you're not messing about like I was. It does actually work when the flower's glued on and it's dry, but of course, because I haven't done a video for a while, I'm faffing about and trying to get it done in a hurry. I hope that my faffing about there didn't spoil it too much for you and that you enjoyed making that. I'm going to show you that it does work with one that I dried earlier. See? It works. There's nothing in it yet. I'm not quite sure. I think I'm going to fill them with something for craft fair I'm doing. Anyway, there we go. 2 lovely little boxes, or little gift bags, made for any occasion you like. I hope you enjoyed today. Sorry about the waffling, and hopefully I'll be back in the not too distant future with something new for you. Bye!